Hello, YouTube land. This video is going to basically be one long rant about why I dislike the NBA 2K series, especially the latest edition 2K24. Now, it's very common for people to say that these games are bad, especially on PC. But wait, you may ask, what on earth are you talking about? These games are critically acclaimed. Well, their critic scores aren't that bad, right? 6 out of 10 on IGN, 68% Metacritic, and 6 out of 10 GameSpots? Well, hold on a second there, buckaroo. The audience score for this game is 1.4 out of 5, and the Steam review is mostly negative. So why do game journalists and critics give this game good reviews? But every player I've ever known hates them and thinks that they're trash. Am I implying that a journalist may have compromised their integrity? I mean, no way that's possible, right? I mean, what incentive would a multi-billion-dollar company have to make sure that reviewers give their game positive reviews? Something just isn't quite adding up here. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of why this game is one of the worst crimes humanity's ever committed, let's get some background on the game itself and the company responsible for it. It was released on September 8th, 2023 on Windows, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. It was even released on mobile. It was developed by Visual Concepts Austin and published by 2K. Well, who is Visual Concepts Austin? They were founded all the way back in 1988, and they have been owned by various publishers, but now are under 2K. They specialize in sports video games, and they have made titles including Madden, WWE, NHL, and others. You may have heard of them as one of the developers affected by the mass layoffs that hit the industry earlier this year, but they have not actually released the numbers. So 2K is a subsidiary of Take-Two. They are the ones behind the games such as Grand Theft Auto, BioShock, Civilization, Borderlands, and many other massive AAA titles. They are the second largest video game company in the world after EA and are also based in the United States. So we can surmise that this game has a large staff and a large budget. So let's talk about reasons why I dislike this game and why I wish the NBA would have another developer and publisher make their basketball games. Now, I've mostly played this game on PC using Steam, so this is mostly what I'll be referencing, and I do know that some of the console versions do have improved features. Reason 1. The unfortunate monopoly. 2K signed a $1.1 billion deal with the NBA for the rights to make NBA games for 7 years. However, EA also had rights and used to make NBA live video games. However, due to poor sales, those games are no longer being developed. This means that there is no competition, no incentive for 2K to make a good game. Because if people want to buy a basketball game, they're going to be forced to buy this cash grab. Indie devs would not be able to buy the license or compete with the marketing budget of 2K. Even during actual NBA broadcasts on TV, the announcers will give out NBA 2K locker codes to unlock items in-game. Clearly, the task of trying to license and develop a new NBA game is a task nobody will take on due to the tremendous risk and sheer amount of work required. So basically, we are stuck with the NBA 2K series and there is nothing we can do about it unless we want to go back and play the old games with old rosters. However, there are modding groups who make updated rosters for old games, but this really isn't a great solution. So at the end of the day, 2K knows that they have a monopoly and there's nothing that we can do to change that. Reason 2. Sheer laziness of development. This game, especially the PC port, is known for its tremendous laziness. The games are basically copy and pasted year after year with very slight changes to the rosters and graphics. One of my pet peeves is that they don't even update player pictures, and a lot of the rookies just use in-game renderings as their picture. The game modes never change, They never add features, only remove them. You want to play a co-op blacktop mode? Well, too bad. Do you want to use a face scan to make a WNBA player on PC? Too bad. You want actual working graphical sliders or FPS options? Well, too bad. In fact, we don't even get a working anti-cheat. Now look, I'm not going to be unfair. Obviously, it's okay to reuse certain assets, especially since a lot of the same players are in the league year after year. But this isn't what I'm talking about. It's insanely lazy. They have the same animations, the same player portraits, same badges, same sound effects, same player models and faces, and the same bugs, glitches, and crashes year after year. They even remove college games from career mode, and they remove most of the cutscenes with dialogue choices. This game is just embarrassing. I'm going to add this in here because this complaint doesn't really fit anywhere else, but when you're in game, you can't pause it and access any of your options, video or audio, which is really irritating when you're trying to make some quick changes. You have to exit out of the game completely to make any changes. And for some reason, the audio between 20 and 100% is so extremely loud, you can't hear anything else on your computer. The audio mixing is terrible. Reason 3. Microtransactions and cost. I mean, come on. Do I even need to explain this one? The microtransactions are so out of control in this game, it's laughable. Just to be an average player, you would have to spend $50 to $100 if you make a new character. Otherwise, you have to slowly grind VC after completing games. It would take multiple seasons or hundreds of hours to get a max stat character, and since most people don't have the patience for that, they just want you to open your wallet and give them money just so you can enjoy online mode. Remember when companies sort of tried to make their games not pay to win? Those were the days. All the good outfits, accessories, and costumes are outrageously priced. The game is just a money generator, and it's sad that more players don't vote with their wallets. Not to mention, it's not like this is even a free-to-play game, where that would kind of make sense. No, the base game is $59 and $99 for the Black Mamba edition. Every season, which is essentially a battle pass, is $10 for basic or $20 for the elite or whatever it's called. In addition to having to buy VC to level your character stats and buy them outfits. It's disgusting and it's greedy. This is my main gripe with the game. The gameplay just feels so clunky and weird. Nothing is consistent, movement makes no sense, and the AI is downright awful. As far as controls go, there are a lot of different things that you can do, right? Dribble, move, pass, shoot, fake shoots, alley-oop, set screens, but all the controls feel super inconsistent and awkward. Sometimes your character will do a quick shot. Sometimes they'll do an awkward side shot or jump up fadeaway. Sometimes it'll pump fake for no reason. The shot timer feels arbitrary. I'm not a robot who can do precise, frame-perfect button hits for every shot. But even if it's close, it just says early or late, and the shot misses, no matter what your character's shooting level is. This is especially egregious on free throws. My character is in the NBA as a starter, and I cannot make consistent layups or one-foot shots. It's complete nonsense. And trust me, this is not a skill issue. Don't even get me started on the AI. Well, I guess I have to get started. It's part of the video. So let's start with a friendly AI. Aside from constantly stepping out of bounds or getting backcourt violations, all they do is crowd you and ignore plays. I get screened more by my teammates than the opponents. They stand around until the shot clock is getting low, then they take a fully covered shot. Alright, let's talk about the opponent AI. They make sure you have to max out your character to even have a chance, so they guard you in a ridiculous and unfair way. They never make mistakes, they never go for bad double teams, they can move faster sideways or backwards than I can at full sprint forwards, and they can completely block me from moving if I am anywhere near the key. All this does is make the game feel frustrating and clunky. NBA Jam from 1999 had way better and smoother movement than this game. Reason 5. The sheer disrespect to the consumer. 2K is a company, and that's fine. Their goal is to make money, but they're going to try to do it in any way they can. They know that their games are lazy and terrible, and they don't care. They also know that if they slap on Michael Jordan's face on the cover and they add a Michael Jordan mode, everyone's going to buy it. But this year was especially offensive. They used Kobe Bryant as their marketing gimmick. Kobe Bryant died in 2020, and that wound is still fresh for many. Slapping his face on the cover and calling it Mamba Edition to sell more copies is disgusting. It's not a tribute, it's not endearing, it's a marketing ploy to take your money. I also feel disrespected with the ridiculous commentator propaganda. Half the lines the announcers say are about how great NBA refs are, how refreshing Gatorade is and how you should buy it, how the in-season tournament was amazing, and why you should never disagree with any officiating. Why every team in the NBA and all the players are champions, despite the fact that many teams in the NBA tank every year to get better draft picks. How much the fans love the All-Star game. It's the greatest thing to ever happen, despite the fact that everyone's hated it the last several years. And there is so much product placement, it feels as much like a commercial as the real NBA does. It's really unfortunate that these games are in the situation they're in, and it's probably not going to change unless people start voting with their wallets. Every year, people run out and will buy multiple copies of this game, buy hundreds of dollars worth of VC and buy the season passes, and as long as this game is making a profit, what incentive do they have to stop? Now, I usually wait until there is a massive sale, and I'm only going to get these games if they're under $10. I refuse to pay full price for a low-grade product. So, what was the point of this video? Well, I just want to rant and complain about how much I dislike the NBA 2K series, especially NBA 2k24, and how I wish it would go away. Many of the things said are just my personal opinion, and feel free to disagree all you want. I'm also fully aware that the PS5 and Xbox versions of the game are in a better state than the PC version. But if you want to see a really bad port, check out the Switch edition. It's comical how bad it looks. Before I end this video, I'm going to read some of the Steam reviews. By the way, it currently sits at 27% mostly negative. Game is trash, LOL.
I mean, it's 2K, so every year you buy it. Just make sure you have your clown paint handy to paint your face with when nothing improves from last year.
Do not buy! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Last gen graphics, lots of bugs, last gen gameplay.
A number of years ago, I broke my wrist and was mugged by 3 men within the space of a year. They stole my phone, wallet, and left me shook. That year as a whole was more enjoyable than the 56 minutes I played this game.
Refunded the game after 13 minutes of playing time. Do yourself a favor and just listen to all the negative reviews. Until 2K decides to support us PC users, I believe 2K should only be played on console.
As a 2K player who loved the game of basketball, this game is trash in PC community. One simple reason, the game is full of hackers, literally full of them. I would say that 70% of PC community are hackers/players who use outside tools who gives huge advantage. This year, hackers are overpowered than ever before. For the legit players who are between us, I would say and recommend stick to your legit way and do your best in order to W the hackers.
An insult, a disgrace, a crime against humanity.
Stardew Valley has better basketball gameplay than this. My cat won't come the room when the game is on my monitor.
Unplayable garbage. Do not waste your money on this or subject people to it by gifting it to them.
Best part of this game is when I select Exit to desktop.
I'd rather buy WinRAR. This isn't a good game. I'm just playing it because I'm autistic and my special interest is basketball, and this is basically the only basketball game.
Very cool, but I had to refund because I realized that I had already purchased this game last year. Whoops, how silly of me. Next time, I will check to make sure I don't accidentally purchase a game already in my library. I'm sure that when 2K comes out with a new basketball game, it will be awesome! Exclamation point 11, exclamation point 11, exclamation point, exclamation point.
This game crashes more than my blind grandma trying to drive to the grocery store. This game may perhaps be the biggest waste of $60 in my entire life. If I made $17.50 per hour at my job, this game would equate to 3.42 hours of my life. Instead of working to purchase this game, I would rather stick my eyeballs on a searing grill and stand directly in front of a speeding truck. All of this just to launch the game and get demolished by a 99 overall paint beast in my first game and get off. Please do not purchase this game or any other 2K game ever again. I will be buying 2K25 though. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video a lot more than I enjoyed playing NBA 2K24. Maybe there's a chance next year's game will be better, but I won't know because I'm not going to buy it. Anyways, have a good day everybody. Until next video.